I'm coming up on 9,000 steps for this walk. After we went and had a tea at our favourite tea shop and a rather delicious squirrely bar, we decided to walk the section of the rail trail that we finished at last week. So, well, not last week, about 2-3 weeks ago. So we started where we left off last time. I'm not sure how many kilometres it'll be by the time we're done, just a few. But we're getting our steps in during the day. It's a lovely day. It's kind of diffuse sunlight and it's about 20 degrees, so it's perfect. This trail is part gravel, part paved, and it's where the old railway used to go. They took up all the railway track in the valley because it wasn't a passenger one, it was a freight one, and it wasn't being used for a long time. So they made a trail out of it that goes all the way up the valley. We're hoping to do it all at some point in parts. Yeah, so this trail goes by the side of the city. So between a mountainous area where there's some houses on the top, and there's a creek that runs along the trail, and most of it is treed, but then we got into a part where we were pretty close to the highway and it was a bit noisy. So we turned around at that point. But the more nature parts are really pretty. And we're enjoying the sunshine and the fresh air and the exercise. Hello lovely people, this is Nicola in the Stitches and Slapdashery living room today. I hope you enjoyed the little bits that I filmed over the last couple of days. Don't mind the noises from the kitchen, I've got a kid in the kitchen. When I was at the restaurant for brunch, I guess it was brunch really, it was about 11 o'clock in the morning, I filmed a bit talking to you guys, telling you about stuff, what I was doing and all that. And then I realized that I had the music that was piped out from the restaurant in the background of the video. And not only is that a breach of copyright, but it was also really bad sound quality. So I scrapped that and then I redid it sitting in my car with the phone on the holder that I have next to the steering wheel. And I just went to check that and it had no sound on it. So even though I had a mic on, it obviously wasn't connected properly to the phone. So what I was trying to tell you was that I was at the restaurant this morning so that the people who had bid in the auction last weekend could come and pick their baskets up. Glad to say, the people who were supposed to be there did come and do that. And I was done in a lot less time than I thought. So that was awesome. So after that, I came home and did a little bit of crochet, and then we went out for a walk. And then I went out at 5 o'clock for a committee meeting at a different restaurant. So very, very tasty meals, which I did not have to cook myself. Yeah, just as well I burnt some of it off walking today. I was watching Ali of Little Drops of Wonderful. She just put out a new podcast today. And I had sent her an email about a month ago and I said, would you mind mentioning my make along on my little channel? And she's really lovely, and we've communicated on things before, and I've sent her little things and a bag for, I think I sent her a bag for a Strictly Sock Along prize last year, and I've also sent her some chicken fabric because she has chickens. And Ali replied to me on email the other day and said she'd be glad to. And so I was on tenterhooks watching her podcast, which was over an hour long. And right at the end, in her "and finally" section, she mentioned the make along and said a little bit about it. So I was very excited about that because she obviously has a lot more followers than I do. And it doesn't hurt to get a little bit of added publicity, does it? Talking of the make along, I'll show you where I'm at. So I'm not going to put it on right now. I'll either get Mr. Stitches to hold the camera while I do a twirl at some point, or I will put it on my ring light tripod arrangement with a long view and you can see how it's going. But my make along Technicolor dream coat has got pretty long. Look at that. It is long. I think it's probably almost down to my knees. Now, according to the pattern, I should only have, let me just check this. Hold on 1 second. I should only have about 3 or 4 more rows until the length is where it's supposed to be. But it wasn't even to my knees the last time I tried it on. And I want it longer than that. I want it past my knees. So I think what I'm going to do is probably when I have finished this next pom-pom section, I'll hold this way so it's easier. I hope the light's all right. I've got 3 of my floor lamps on in here, but it might be a bit dim compared to my usual lighting. So there's the next pom-pom section I'm doing. It's going to have a gold background and this sky blue pom-pom color. And that's supposed to be the last section of the coat at the hem. But as I say, I may well add more rows after this. So what I'll do when I get to what she says is the last row for the body of the coat, I will stop there, at least temporarily. I will move on to the next section, which will probably be the sleeves and then the hood. And then hopefully I'll have a ton of yarn left so I can add extra rows to the body. I want it long and cozy, but it's doing its job. Remember what I said at the beginning of this make along? Something colourful and cozy to keep your lap warm as the weather gets cool and the nights are getting cold now. We're still keeping our bedroom window open and we're certainly not turning on the heat yet. But the temperatures are getting well down into the single digits some nights. This video is going to kick off Vlogtober. The point I was going to make when I was talking about Ali at Little Drops of Wonderful, she mentioned that Vlogtober is just around the corner. And I hadn't really decided whether or not I was going to do it, and I don't have any special plans, but I definitely want to do it. Unfortunately, while we are staying at my father-in-law's, we will not have Wi-Fi. So I'm going to have to make an effort, get out as often as possible to get some Wi-Fi. I can still film, obviously, and get photographs, but for actually uploading a video to YouTube, I do need Wi-Fi. So, yeah, that's going to be a little bit frustrating. I might miss a day or two here and there, just during that week. It's Vlogtober time. October the 1st has arrived, and with it has come the crochet and knitwear. I wore my lovely big crochet chunky cardigan yesterday to go to work. Got a couple of compliments from the staff on it. And I'm wearing this now because I had just a little bit of a chill earlier. I had to go up the driveway to bring the bins in, and it was windy and threatening to rain. And I'm like, oh yeah, I just need a little bit of something around my neck to keep me warmer. No worked shifts today, so I had tea with one friend this morning at her house and tea with another friend this afternoon at my house. And I thought I'd better get this finished so that I can get it up before the end of the day. So I hope you're coming along with me for the ride. As I said, I'm going to do my best to post every day in October. The transatlantic holiday may offer its complications, but I'll do my best. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.